I'm alive. Hello, everybody. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations. And I'm just going to wait a few minutes for people to get in here. I hope everybody's having a good March so far. This is a huge birthday month for my family. Me and my brother, we were both born in March. And then I've got a couple nieces. Today's one's birthday. And a brother-in-law. So lots of birthdays in March. So I forgot to share this in any groups. Hi, Janet. I forgot to share the groups before I clicked go live. I try to do that, but it doesn't always work out for me. Hi, Joyce. I meant to grab a glue stick before I sat down, but that's okay. I've rearranged my area again so I can look out the window a little better. And yeah, March is just a busy month. March and then August. In August, we have a birthday every single week. This one, in March, we have like 2 or 3 in a couple weeks instead of 1 every week. So yeah, it's crazy. So I was going to show, I picked up, these were on clearance at Michael's for $5.97 from $9.99. And I thought they were the perfect size for artist trading cards. So I'm going to cut some of these out and maybe put some in Happy Meal because I thought those would be a fun little thing. But do you think I should do them in just black or white, or what? Should I do a variety of colors? Maybe I'll do them out of painty paper and they'll be painty birds. Hi, Mary. So I got Mary, Joyce, Joan, and Janet. So I picked those up at Michael's. I was watching Mary make that, what are they called? These things. I can't remember what these are called now. Hi, Sharon. But I made one of these. It'll come to me. A zine. There we go. I made a zine. And then I made some copies of it. And these are what the copies are. And Mary, I'm going to send you one. I'm going to send one to Tanya, since she's the one that inspired us. So I'm going to stick one of these in an envelope to Mary. And I might make some more copies. And I signed it. And it's dated, but it got cut off when I scanned and printed it. So those will be going in the mail. And Mary, I also have you some Scrabble tiles that for the Society of whatever, of Ideas. I can't remember what it's called, but you said that you wished you had those letters, so I dug them out of my pile. So I'm going to stick those in an envelope for you. I need to find a place to keep these. I'm thinking about making a box for my zines, just a little box. So if I make several of them, I can just put them in the box, and it'll have a cover to keep them clean. So those will be going out in the mail. These are the ATCs from last week, the backgrounds. And I don't know if you guys can see the sparkle. I sprinkled some glitter on them while they had their clear coat on them. I think it turned out pretty cool. But these are the ATCs. I need a focal image and maybe a word or something on those. We might work at finishing those up. I brought these home from a restaurant. There's the barbecue restaurants around here. They put their silverware inside these. And I just gathered up from the table. It was, I think, Scott and me and his sister. We went to get barbecue. So I thought, what a cool little journal this would make out of these silverware things. This one got a little crumpled, but that's okay. I might iron it. Of course, I don't know if it's got wax on the inside. It might make it stick together. No. But that's just an idea. just a narrow little journal with a pocket. I could even, it's got the top pocket. You could cut the end off of this other a little bit and make another pocket. So it would have 6 pockets in it. Hi, Nancy. Society of Idea Collectors. SOIC. That's what's in that bag. SOIC. So this is just a future idea that we might do. And it's also kind of a cute size for tags, because that would give you a good size tag if we made tags to fit in it. Let's see. We'd have to make the tag slightly smaller. So 2.5 by about 4.5 would be perfect. Or if you wanted them to stick out, you could do 4 3/4, and that way the place where the hole is would stick out. We might do that as a Thursday project thing. Of course, not everybody's going to have those bags, but you might have some other bags that you could use and then think up your own size. I wanted to share the fairy book that I got to work along with Tanya and Lisa in a couple months. Would your zine fit? Let's see. I think my zines are too chunky. I think they're too wide. Yeah, they're too wide. It won't fit in there. Yeah, they're too fat. But a tag would. ATCs. An elongated ATC would fit in there. Basically a tag. But this is the book I got. Theirs is great big, but I ordered just the Flowers of Spring. Let me tell you guys how big this book is. It's going to be a tiny book compared to what they have. Hi, Kathy Whitney. Hi, Journey. Hi, Barbara Clark. Hi, Holly. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Fran. Not sure if I've missed everybody, but this little book, I got it off Amazon. It's about 4 1/4 by 5 3/4, but it's the same author. It's just the spring flowers only. And see, you don't get a lot of room to do much around them, But I had thought I could scan the poems and then use the pictures and maybe make an envelope journal like we did together, and just add the fairy pictures and the poems to it. But I'm going to see what, Lisa and Tanya come up with, because I could use these, just take this book apart and use the pages, and I could just run this through the copier. So that's what you get if you order just the single season. You get the tiny books like this. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hi, Sharon Lombard. Cracker Barrel puts silverware in brown paper sleeves like that. Ours doesn't. Ours are all wrapped at our Cracker Barrels. Hi, Terry L. That's about your, yeah. I didn't want to get the great big book, and I saw it had just spring, and spring is coming up. So we'll see what Lisa and Tanya come up with. I might be like Mary and rebel and just put mine into like an envelope journal. What else did I get? Kathy, this is your postcard. It got a little mangled, but it arrived. And thank you so much. Let's see. She mailed this on February 19th, and I got it just this last week. It looks like it got caught in a machine, but I think I can fix it. That just needs to be flipped down and glued a little bit right there. So that one came from Kathy, and then this one is from Ann Lar, and it's very pretty too. And then this envelope is from Arlene, and she sent me some journal pages. And it's a nice weight, and it's crunchy. I was thinking these pages would make a great crunchy journal. Just cut the edge off that's got all the pretty pictures, and then make the pages, and then maybe attach the pictures back next to the if you could line it up with the word that it is, like this is traffic light. You'd have to be real careful about how you ripped your pages apart so that you kept the definition and the picture close to each other. But I thought that could be fun. So thank you, Arlene and Kathy and Anne. So we'll set those aside. Then I still haven't mailed these out. I'm going to send one to Kendra and one to Dawn Boss and one to Arlene. I just have to make sure I'm careful that there's no cat hair or anything, because I know Arlene's very allergic to cats. I got my comp book here. I have not done anything in it in a while, so I thought maybe I'll do a page in that if you guys don't care. Work in this a little bit today. And learn my lesson with the Neo Color 2s. You cannot write with Sharpie on top of them because it bleeds out and disappears. So you see this page is the worst. And then I asked Chelsea about it, and she said that she only uses Posca pens on when she's used Neo Color 2s. When she goes back in, she uses a Posca pen. So I ordered some fine Posca pens to do journaling over the Neo Color 2s. But this is my book. Basically, it's growth, whether it's growth in yourself or growth in plants. This is just the book I've been working on so far. I even added a picture off my drop paper. I just glued her down, and it says Mother Knows Best. And this page is not finished. And I need to look up quotes and stuff for it. But I thought maybe I'm going to go ahead and glue these two pages together. I started off thinking I would do every page, but after I did the first page and saw how, everything kind of bled through, I started gluing two pages together. So these two are already glued together. So let's glue this page together real quick. And I'm really enjoying doing this comp book. It's just, I got sidetracked with working on the house. So I'm behind on it, but I don't think there's really a deadline. As long as I get it done at some point this year, it'll still be for 2020. I don't think Dee Dee gave a definite has to be done by. I haven't been able to catch her lately because about the time she comes on is when Scott gets up and I have to start my day with, making breakfast and that kind of stuff. Wish I had a card over here with me. Let me go grab one. I didn't grab a card. And I'm not going to stay on a real long time today. And tomorrow I was thinking we'd do tags. So I'm going to use, I don't even know what I did with them now. I'll find them before tomorrow. But the dividers that go in the cat food, I've cut them all in half. And I was thinking I'd make them into tags and then just use painty paper collage. Hi, Tanya. On there. So if you bring some recycled cardboard tomorrow and some painty papers and, bits that you can make a tag with, that's what we'll do tomorrow afternoon. So I thought I'd just add a few things to this page. I've got this butterfly. I made this for the life book project I've started. Let me grab that real quick. I'm doing this for a year, working through this book. It's Tamara Leporte, Create Your Life Book. And I did the first project, which is to do the page with the butterfly on it. But mine didn't say butterfly. Mine said bee. So this was my first page. I don't want to share a whole lot of these, with the book, because that's copyright, and I want to stay away from that. But this book is I'm enjoying it immensely. So I would recommend it to somebody, wanting to, just connect with self and personal growth and letting go of the past, that kind of stuff, and expanding your creativity. It's all on encouraging personal growth. Mixed media art projects for expanding creativity and encouraging personal growth. It says it right on the front. So this was my first page. It was supposed to be a butterfly, but mine's a bee. And I drew that, and it turned out pretty darn good, I thought. But anyway, so yeah, I would recommend that book. So this was going to be in there, and I'd already made it into a sticker, and I did the doodling and everything. And then I said, no, it needs a bee. Mrs. Gigi, hi. Hi, Ann. I was showing your postcard. Thank you so much. Hi, Holly. Holly, did I ever send you the Mrs. Claus sketch? I came across a stack of those copies, and I don't know who I mailed them to and who I didn't. I guess I need to write all that stuff down in a mailing journal. Have a journal that's for nothing but mailing, and I can say, I mailed such and such to Holly, or I mailed such and such to Sharon, just to keep my goofy brain in line. I'm just going to stick this down and work around it. So we'll throw the back of the sticker off. And I put some shapes on here. I don't have to utilize those shapes. If I wanted to, I could just paint over it with gesso. But Dee Dee recommended that to get yourself past I don't know what to put on the page. If you just put a random mark or shape on it, then you've got something on the page to get you going. So this was this one. And I think all I'm going to do on here is add a border real quick. And then I think what we will do is Dirty Dozen of sorts. So I need to set these aside. These are mailing things too. I need to get a package off to Kendra just to lift her spirits. Oh, this one's not been opened yet. I don't want to open another one. I don't know if this will work or not. Some of these pen plus gear markers are getting dry. And I think this time I'm just going to do kind of this one's pretty dry. Just add a border around. And generally what I do is I go to Pinterest and I'll type in maybe personal growth quotes or butterfly quotes. I go in there and I look up stuff that way and find me a perfect quote for the page or two, and then I'll doodle and stuff around. Now, because this is graph paper, what you could do, if you wanted to add more color, you could color each of the little squares a different color and randomly fill all of this in. Or if you wanted to create a little bit more dimension instead of straight lines here along the marks. The reason I did straight this time is because I've got these with straight lines here, but you can do a wavy line, and I've done that back here. See how you can do a wavy line and then add kind of squares to it? It looks kind of like a clown's outfit. Okay, awesome. I did mail one to you. Fran says she got to wreck this journal, but it kept making her rebel against it. I've been thinking about getting one of the wreck this journals because it looks like fun, but I haven't done it yet. And so far, this is the only project I've been able to keep myself involved with. I think it's because Dee Dee just makes it so much fun when she talks about it that it makes me want to stay with it and, keep it going. So this one I did all with the crayons that Scott gave me for Valentine's Day. And I was looking up forest-minded quotes for here, and I was thinking of maybe some domestic household type where you can grow within your home and within the walls of your own home. You can still gain personal growth by nurturing your creativity. So I was going to put that on there, but then the house happened and got all in the way. There was way too much that was negative in rec. Oh, see, I don't know if that would be fun or not. If it focuses too much on the negative, I'm afraid I wouldn't last too long with that one. This is fun for me. And some of it's been hard. Some of it's dealing with things that happened to me as a child that I'm just doing the art to get it out of my mind. And yeah, so it's just a lot of fun. And I'm trying to make this a super fun journal with tons of color. And just make it something I can look back on and say, oh, that was really happy. That really made me happy to do that and that kind of stuff. So, is it Therese? Hello. And Ruista and Laura. Hey, Laura. Getting quite a few folks coming in. I'm not sure why I had that stuck in there. I'm going to try a 4-sided bag. Has anybody else ever made a 4-sided bag? Would that be something y'all would be interested in seeing me make? I mean, I could do a standalone video on this 4-sided bag. Thanks, Laura. This journal here is for Comp Book 2020. And what they're talking about is it's a journal. It's called Wreck This Journal. And each page, it tells you to do things like, if I remember right, some of them were rip this page out and freeze it, or rip this page out and compost it, and then pull it back out of the compost and put it back in your journal, and add all of your fruit stickers off your fresh fruit to a page, that kind of stuff. I guess it's kind of like a scavenger hunt journal, but I don't know. But I'm going to I think I will do a standalone journal on this bag, and we'll see. This part here is just an added thing I added in my mind. But I don't know, because I think to do this, I will have to add another seam here. And I don't know if I want to add a seam down the middle of the sides, or if I just want it to be straight down. Yeah, I was thinking a 4-sided bag with a tassel on the bottom would be really cool. And then it has a cord threads through eyelets, which I need to see if I've still got my eyelet thing not packed away, that I could punch the eyelets in the fabric and then add the grommets to it. I am doing the research, a topic journal. Well, my topic for the Comp 2020 was growth, is my personal growth, plant growth, whatever strikes my fancy for that day and time is what's got shoved in here. So I'm just going to work on this a bit more, and then we'll grab a piece of paper. And I would like to do postcards, I think, this week, because if I do that, if I do postcards or greeting cards, if I do greeting cards, then I could stick one of these ATCs in it. And the main reason I'm thinking of holding these and working on these off is I don't have all the materials pulled together to layer this up. I don't have focal images and such at hand at the moment. So I might hold on that. So I'm going to play with this for just a little bit longer. And then we'll do a pick. We'll do a pick something, whether it's 10 or 12, we'll decide in a minute. I want to darken this. It would be cool to do a poem inside this shape. Maybe I'll look up some poetry for this pages. And then play around with the lettering of it. Seems like all my markers are dying here. Violet posted the most beautiful picture of some dahlias, and the colors, I think she's right. It kind of inspires you to pull out your jelly print and try to use those colors. But she had red ones and orange ones and yellow ones and pink ones and red ones. Oh, it was just gorgeous. The picture was just delicious. If you could say it was delicious. So that'll get me started on that. I wish I had a marker that would do a little bit darker line, but these are all. Good night, Roista. Thank you for stopping in. All right, so I'm thinking of what should I do on this border. I have those fun markers that Scott got me for Christmas. Those could be fun, but I don't know if they bleed through. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Is to use them. The Arteza set of markers here. Will these fit on the back? I don't think I like that much. That's going to make me lose it. Let's see, what I was thinking is just randomly color in. Sorry, I was out of frame. Maybe pull the colors out of the butterflies for the border and just do some random squares. Y'all are talking about ice cream. We have yet to find a good place for really good ice cream up here. Nothing compares to Zesto's in West Columbia, South Carolina. These pages take me a lot longer than they probably should because I'm trying to put a lot of thought in each page. Sometimes I'll do a page when I'm like watching something on Netflix. I am so glad that young couple finished on the yard next door so we don't have to listen to that all afternoon. Let's see, I'm going to set this down on the floor. I think I'm going to lift you guys up so I don't have to reach quite so far. That's better. Yes, I think she's in the Netherlands. Did Linda McAllister come in? I saw she posted she'd gotten some goodies in the mail that she's got some new supplies to try. Somebody's wanting in the door. I believe it's got 4 legs and its name is Tippy. He has hardly let me out of his sight since I got back up here. And see, you don't have to color every square either. You could do maybe 3 colors around and then just fill in with black around them. That could look really cool. So let's see what we get here. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to see if this is bleeding through. Oh, it is a little bit. Let me see if it's ruining my other page. Not too bad. Maybe touch lighter with it. We drove by a couple houses today just to see what they looked like and what the area looked like. And we went to Sidewall Pizza and got my free pizza for my birthday. And what else did we do? Oh, we stopped at that little antique place. We didn't buy anything there. She's just getting opened and she didn't have everything priced. And we told her we'd come back because Scott needed to, get ready for work anyway. So we had a little outing this morning, which was nice. I don't think Scott's feeling good, you guys. He's not acting right. He says, "What does that mean? What does that mean to act right?" I was like, "Well, you're just acting like you feel bad." I think it's allergies. And what's bad is we're supposed to avoid touching our faces because of the coronavirus, right? Well, it's kind of hard not to touch your face when your eyes are itching like all get out from the pollen. And the pollen is supposed to be really bad this year because we never got super cold weather here. So we're anticipating a severe allergy season. So it's going to be very hard not to touch our faces. I've been using my Flonase, but I think I'm going to go back on a daily Zyrtec tablet as well to see if that'll help me. And I'm washing my hands like crazy, which doesn't help the dry skin. But I pulled out that lotion for, it's something Utters, the one that looks like a cow skin on it. And I've been using that, and that has helped. And I put the 2 lotions that Sue's recommended on my birthday list on Amazon. Aunt Beck, I received your wonderful card. Oh, cool. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. So glad you enjoyed it. Hi, Mina. Anybody else pop in? I think I said hi, Journey. Hi, Journey. A Kenalog shot for allergies works great. Oh, you guys, I've got to have the booster of that shot that made me so sick next Monday, and I'm just not looking forward to it. Hi, Carla. Bag balm is good stuff. Hi, Holly from Mina. Scott went through the whole allergy series of shots. He went for like 3 years of going almost every week for a shot. Let me go let whichever creature this is that wants in back in before they tear the door down. I think I'm going to use that one and a yellow just to add some color around. Sorry, guys. These guys are very demanding. Hi, baby. Come on. I haven't been to the store. You're going to have to wait. Sorry. We are out of the canned variety of food. This has got to be boring watching me color squares. They look like subway tiles at this point. He's out there eating dry like it's like the worst thing on earth that he could eat, with long teeth going. Yes, he's a bit spoiled. And Scott says I'm the one that spoiled him, but I'm not the one that gave him a daily face wash twice a day with a warm washcloth. Now, I wasn't even here when all that happened. And then he asked me this morning, did you give him a face wash? And I'm like, exactly who spoiled that cat? He's the funniest thing. He loves to have a washcloth bath. He'll sit there and just purr his fool head off. I told Scott, I said, you're the one that started him wanting that daily. I would just wash his face off just every once in a while, but Scott thought it was so funny. He started doing it every day when I wasn't here. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble staying in the lines here today. Yeah, he's not starving. He's going to come plead his case with you guys now. Here he comes. Buddy, I can't see when you sit there. Lay down. Yes, you're cute. What, buddy? Lay down. Lay down. Or why don't you go get in your chair over there? See, I can't watch out the window if I get over there. See, it's better over here where I can see out the window. He says, and I love you, Mother. Clean this table off, not so I'd have room for a cat while I craft. I cleaned it off so I'd have room to just have room for me. You're kind of rotten. They think you're starving. Are you starving? Oh, you are starving. I should listen to them. Come on, buddy. Lay down. Lay down. Your paw pads are cold. It's not cold. He's such a little beastie. It could be fun to doodle in some of the squares too with just a thin marker. Maybe I'll do that, but when I'm doing something mindlessly. He doesn't look like a beast. He thinks he's a baby. Scott said when I wasn't here, Tippy got under the covers and laid his head on my pillow. And when Scott woke up, Tippy was looking at him like, oh, hey, good morning. And he said he was so stinking cute with his head on the pillow, thinking, he's like the little toddler that climbs in bed with you and you wake up in the morning. And he's going, I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Do I need to go to Ingles? You want me to go to Ingles and get you some food? Oh, at Sidewall Pizza, I got a roasted vegetable pizza. And it was so funny. The pizza came out. And Scott was like, what are these orange squares? I was like, it's roasted butternut squash. Oh. And then he started eating the squash off with a fork, not with the pizza. And it just looked so funny to see him sitting over there with a fork eating just the butternut squash. It was like a picky kid. I'm going to pick off this stuff. I'll still eat it, but I'm not eating it with the rest of the food. But the look on his face when it came out and they set it down was priceless. It's like, what are these orange squares? I was laughing. I thought it was funny. It was like I was trying to sneak vegetables in on him when he wasn't looking. Yeah, he's asleep. He's filthy right now. I think he's been running around underneath. Oh, Journey had a question. Ooh. Does anybody know if scrapbooks can go media mail? I think as long as it doesn't, if it's a book and it doesn't have advertisements in it, it can go as media mail. Hi, Sue. Yes, I'll get back to coloring. You're going to have to move here in a minute, okay? I might have to run out and get the dog if it starts raining. I don't want her to get wet. So tomorrow we'll make tags together in the afternoon. Try to recycle something. And bring your scraps. I got my scrap bucket under the table here of all the little bits and things that are, too big to throw away. You can't throw them away. They can't hear you purring. All right, that gets that all the way around. I know you can't mail magazines from what I learned that from Mary. I think Mary mentioned it in a video once about how she was going to mail some magazines to somebody and she wanted to send them media mail and they wouldn't let her because they have advertisements in them. Tippy, this is really hard to do with you sitting here hogging up all the space. Greg kind of scared us. It was Sunday night. We were getting ready for bed and there was a knock at the door and Scott was in the bathroom and I was not going to open the door after dark, here by myself. And then the phone rang and he said, "You might want to come to the door." I was like, "Are you out there?" And he said, "Yes." I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I didn't want to just open the door to just any old buddy in the middle of the night because it was like 10 o'clock. He had decided to drive up on the mountain to get spring water at Moody Springs in the middle of the night. I was like, that is so dangerous because you don't know your way around them mountain roads. And Moody Springs is hard enough to locate during the day. He said, "I was fine. I just wanted to get 5 gallons of water from Moody Springs." I was like, okay. I think he's had enough of me talking in his ear. Okay, he's gone to his chair now. So he stayed. He had gotten some Mexican food from the food truck not too far from here. He loves it. We tried it once, and I just didn't care for it too much. I guess it's all in what you get used to eating, but he likes it. So he ate that, and he said, "Well, I guess I'll let you guys go to bed." And I was like, "Well, we do go back to work and everything tomorrow." Or your dad does. He said, "Well, I'm not going to keep y'all up." But it was a nice surprise to see him, but yeah. Yeah, the postage is outrageous. It really is. I'm in the Greenville, South Carolina area. But we own a house near the Columbia Airport in South Carolina. But we need to own a house in the Greenville area. Um, we're hoping we'll get in a house before next Christmas, which would be awesome. I'm trying to be as random as possible with this and just picking a square and going for it here. Again, it looks like subway tiles to me. I really like these markers. Might have to get me a marker pad next time they put the Canson pads on sale. I think there's one that's made just for markers. Of course, I guess I could do it on mixed media paper. Draw stuff and color it in. Thinking stuff that's really graphic would be better for these than to try to do, you know, any kind of people's faces, portraits, or anything like that. My niece does the Japanese cartoon type drawing, but she does it on the computer. Aragumi or something like that. Probably saying it wrong. Sorry. Not trying to offend anybody. I'm just using recycled cardboard from the cat food and just scraps of painty papers and leftover scrapbook paper and that kind of stuff. Nothing magically fantastic or anything. I thought maybe we could try our hand at doing some collage, maybe, and make an animal or something on our cards. Of course, you know, you guys know what I'll probably do is a cat. All right. So there's my border. I might just leave it exactly like that. And then I'll add poems, and maybe I'll draw some flowers in the background. Maybe I'll play with that picture that Violet posted and try to draw some dahlias on here and then color them in with these markers. But I'll do that off camera, off live, put it that way. Those are not going down in their loops, so I'll have to do that later. All right, so that was that. I was going to do pick 10 or 12 now. Use the marker paper. The mixed media paper will suck up your ink. Okay, so I'm going to get me a pad of that marker paper then. Thanks, Carla. I just want to play with those more. Oh, the butterfly needs antennas, doesn't he? Let's see. I've got, where is he? He does need antenna. Let's see. Oh. I've got my drawer too full. There we go. I'll have to set him aside somewhere to dry now. Leave it open. All right, let me grab a piece of mixed media paper, and I'm going to do probably 4 postcards. Don't you hate when you clean up and you can't find anything? That's what was happening to me. I don't know if this will fit in my cutter or not. I want to cut those off. So nothing special for tomorrow. I'm going to try to just use stuff that we just all have on hand, like a recycled cereal box or cardboard from the cat food or anything like that. Nothing special. It's just a tag. I'm thinking I've got so many pieces of the cardboard from the cat food that I could do a little book. So we might do a tag each week until I use up all my cardboard, and then I'll have tags I can use. So what I'm going to do is get a piece of paper, write these prompts down because you guys will want to know what they are for those that weren't here for the live. And I got a pen. So somebody pick a color. What color? First color that pops up is the color we'll use. Paris Mountain is just over a couple streets from here. Scott and I hiked up there when we first moved up here. All right. Mina says blue. So you guys add blue to your page. Add blue. I'm going to get a couple shades of blue. And just smear it around. Blues. And I think I've got a card over here already. I'm just going to use one of these. This is Ultra Deep Blue. And Bluebird. Well, how rude. Anyway. Yeah, Paris Mountain is less than maybe 10 minutes from the house. So yeah, we've been up there. We were getting tired, so we said, let's just take this route because it looks like the shortest back to the car. Come to find out, it was the most difficult trail on Paris Mountain, and I thought we were both going to die before we got back to the car. And right as we got to the car park, the parking lot, it absolutely started pouring rain. We would have been drenched if we hadn't gotten off just then. There's a Paris Mountain in Virginia, too. That's neat. Let me get my heat gun free. Dry, dry, dry. All right, somebody call out the next prompt. First prompt gets done. What should we do next? It can be anything. Give us a technique and or color or a combination of a technique with a color. Stencil. We're going to stencil. Stencil. And I'm going to stencil with aqua. And I keep all my colors out just in case I need to, add something else at the end. And I want to bring some color from below back up. I just keep it all out until we're done. We didn't go thrifting yesterday. Oh, we did go thrifting, though, over the weekend. And I have a couple items. I'll share them after we finish this. Said I wasn't going to stay on too long, but we'll see. Depends on how long this takes us. I think I'm going to try for an all-over print with this vine, because it'll get buried anyway. I don't have any of those. Those must be something new. The eyes inks. I don't have those. I'm trying not to add anything else to my hoard at the moment. Like I bought those little birds thinking they could be fun on artist trading cards. Those little dies for die cuts. And that's about all I bought. I was wanting to go to the bins to see if I could find some clothes with some unusual buttons on them. And I was thinking I'd just pull the buttons off because that's all I want. And since you're paying by the pound, whatever you put in your bin, unless the fabric was really cool on the shirt, I don't think I want the shirts. I just want the buttons. Because I want to make a necklace like I shared on Facebook that I found on Pinterest. And my sister-in-law was saying that she'd go with me Friday to the All About Fabric in, I can't remember the town now. It's out in the middle of nowhere. But she called me this morning and she said she decided not to go. So I've kind of gotten used to her backing out on things, which of course I'm kind of used to that anyway. That's what people have done to me my entire life. Say they'll do something with me and then back out. So I don't count. I just do things, or I just don't do anything. Do things on my own or just don't do anything at all. That's why I say Scott's my best bud, because he's the only one that's never backed out on me. Let's see here. All right. I don't know if y'all can see that or not because it's aqua, but there's an all over print on there. Cool. All right, let me go throw this in water and I'll be right back. Somebody call out the next prompt. What are we going to do next? Somebody just went by. All right. My mom lives in Spartanburg. Any shaped buttons that look like flowers. Use a napkin is our next prompt. Use a napkin. Prompt 3, use a napkin. I just grabbing and using the first napkin I came to. I'm going to cut mine into postcards, so I'm going to try to get some of this napkin on each corner. Maybe put one of these here. Here. I don't care if they overlap. We'll put one there. Okay. Sorry, I'm concentrating. I can't talk and concentrate at the same time. Oh. All right. I'll have to be mindful of how I cut them out so that I get this shells all in the right way. Whoops. Let's not glue it to the table, Beck. There we go. I just put fresh drop paper down, so. Okay. So we've added a napkin. I'm going to dry this a little bit. Does somebody want to call out another prompt while I'm drying? Yes, these were the first napkins I came to, and they're seashells. I'm watching for a prompt. Texture. All right, 4. Texture. I don't want to add a lot of texture, just so they're not too fat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some color to some gesso and add it with a palette knife through a stencil instead of adding texture paste. Wish I had a stencil of some seaweed or coral. A coral stencil would be cool. So, well, I don't know. Let's see. Trying to see what I've got here. That's fiber paste. That's gesso. Well, I do have this pink texture paste, but I don't like that. Here's some modeling paste and palette knife. I actually like this one better. I'm going to use some of the color I've already used in the background. So I got modeling paste, and I think I'll use the darker blue. And looking at stencils. None of those are calling for me. Let's do this amoeba or whatever it is. A necklace. I want to make a necklace. I think I posted it to Facebook. This necklace, it's made with just buttons, vintage buttons. And it's really pretty. Very bohemian. I'll put that out there. I'm going to add some of this dark blue paint to it. Make my own colored modeling paste. Mix it up. Might have just shared it on Pinterest. I don't know. I can't remember. I found it on Pinterest. All right, let's see what we can do here. I think I will probably most likely make these into cards now since I'm adding texture paste. Come on, lift up. Kids are coming home from school. All right. Wipe up as much as I can of it so it doesn't build up on my stencil. All right. So I've added texture. Mine's going to take a minute to dry. All right, what do you guys want to do next? Oh, bye, Journey. Circles, Anne says. Circles. I think I'll use a curler. A curler and some Bahama Blue. I'm just dabbing the paint on instead of dipping it so I don't get quite as much buildup. Let's see if we can get a couple more circles on there. I always try to get some so it's off the edge of the paper. Just so it doesn't look like you have circles just floating out of nowhere. It's like there's some just off the page. I don't want to squish my texture paste totally flat, but I thought how cool it would be to have some of these circles inside some of those circles. All right, we added circles. Number 6. Next prompt. I am working them fast, but what do we want to do next? Oh, hi, Jan. Dots. All right, dots. I'm going to dry some or it's going to get too wet. I'll cut off all the stuff that hangs off later. I think I'm going to pull some of the warm colors out of the seashell. So I think I'll get kind of an orangey looking peach next to add to all this blue. Something peachy. Almost skin color. Natural buff. And I'll do the thing with the paintbrush handle. Make dots in a row. Usually I do 5 dots and just dip the paintbrush in the paint and then start making dots and do 5 dots. And as you go, the dots get smaller. So if you load your paintbrush up so it's kind of gooey on the end, and then just go boop, 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 your dots get smaller. I don't know why I can't do a straight line today, so we'll just do them all so they're a little curved and wonky. Maybe they're a little creature. That one I got so close together you can't even tell I did the dots. Do a couple off the page. I'll look at chat here in just a second. put out way too much paint. All right, I think I threw all my tissue away. It had paint on it. If I had my wipe off book here, that would be good. I could just wipe that paint off, but maybe we'll use it. Oh, hey, Deborah, I didn't see you sneak in. Hello. I'm glad you're enjoying the colors. I will, Janet. I can do that. All right, prompt 7. Somebody give me a prompt. Isla, hello. You've been here lurking. Okay, do. How's your friend? She been over to craft lately, Deborah? That was nice of you guys to send me stuff in the mail. Something red. All right, Fran is saying add something red. Add something red for 7. Oh, that's cool. Anne says her dots were red. Let me think. What do I want to do? Add something red. Do you guys want an alternate? Anybody want to call out an alternate? I'm leaving it up to you guys this week. It looks like we need an alternate. So if somebody will call out an alternate, I'll put alt here on the list. And yeah, everybody's saying, can we have an alternate? Does somebody else want to call out something to do to it? Purple. All right, the alternate is purple. I think purple's something I could do. I'm going to do purple lines. Is this purple? Brilliant purple. Not just purple, it's brilliant purple. And we'll just do lines. I'm going to call that good enough. I think I'll just spread this paint. Because for anybody that doesn't know, I cut even my drop paper gets cut up and turned into cards. So when I have extra paint, I just spread it around. That works for me. All right, we added lines. I'm going to put purple, and then I just add lines. I'm going to dry a little bit. What purple is this? Purple. It's Brilliant Purple by Americana. It's a really, really lovely purple. I like how it blends with the blue really well. I'm going to dry this some. What, Holly? Holly said yellow. All right, so we'll do yellow next. Add yellow. And I think I'm going to hold the add yellow for later because I have an idea. I think I'm going to draw a fish on each one of these. So I'm going to save the yellow to color the fish. I'm going to hold the yellow. So does anybody want to call another one out? Because I'm going to do yellow fish on here. You're fine, Holly. Sandy Shaw says add black. I don't know why it's not showing her. Add black. Add black. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to splatter with black. That way I don't get it too much black on there. What's weird? What's weird, Holly? That she goes hidden? I didn't see any reason for her to be hidden, but I guess the powers that be at YouTube said, "Oh, you can't say add black." I don't know what I don't know what they have against it, but apparently it's something. All right, I need a cloth to throw over the computer too. Hang on. Since I'm splattering, got me a little old piece of muslin here. Cover the computer up a little bit. Save it. And I'm using pure black. Some of the craziest things they make you hold to get approved, and it's like, why? Come on, black is a strong color. I just need a little bit. Whoa, that's way too much. But oh, you think it's because it's a racial comment? It's a color. Okay. Oh, I'm getting it on me. Maybe I'll stand up. All right, I'm going to go throw this in the sink. Whoa, stop. Woo, what a mess. All right. All right, so that was 9. And when I put that in the sink, when I turned the water on, it hit right in one of the cups and slung black paint all over the kitchen. So, woo. Dry this a bit. All right. All right, I'm going to give you the last three myself, okay? 10 will be add a focal image. 11 is going to be a border. And 12 will be a sentiment. So focal image, border, sentiment. That's the last three. Oh, bye, Linda. Nice to see you. Welcome. No, not you. I don't think you're having a problem being seen, Holly. It was Sandy Shaw's Add Black that they said hold for review. What was 9? 9 was the Add Black. We had 8 was add yellow, 9 was add black, 10 add a focal image, 11 border, 12 sentiment. And I'm just going to turn this over and kind of flatten it out. I'll probably squish black around, but I want to get it so it's not all wet. All right, so just a little bit of black splashes that weren't totally dry. And I don't really care if it gets on the back because I'm going to make it into cards. I'm only going to get 4 cards out of this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it into my card shapes. So this way, let's see, half this way is at the 6. I'm just going to cut this into fourths to start with. So 6 and then 4.5 this way. These will be fairly big cards, but that's okay. And I'll trim the other off with scissors. All right, and now I'm gonna go grab some yellows and a paintbrush and my water jug. I'm gonna turn this over and trim from the back so I can get real close to the edge. I got a little bit of the edge of the card, but not worried about that. That does hang off just a little bit right here. All right. Right. So I'll get several shades of the yellow that Holly called out and maybe some orange. And a couple paintbrushes. Let's see. This one. All right, some yellows. We got black over there. All right. Yeah, I guess these could be postcards, but I think there is a max on postcards. They might have to be trimmed smaller, or you have to pay extra. I could be wrong. Nine was the add black. All right. I don't know if there's much of this left. So I'm going to work on one at a time here. I might get one done with you guys, and then the rest I'll sign off because I got to go get Bernadette in a little bit. So we'll do one fish. This paintbrush is just not working as good as I thought it would. Number 8 was add yellow, and I held it to the end, and I'm putting yellow on right now. Do you want me to read them all off so you can write them down for anybody that just got here? 1 is add blue. 2, stencil. 3, add a napkin. 4 was texture. 5, circles. 6, dots. 7, add something red, and we had an alternate if you didn't want to do that. And the alternate for 7 was add purple, and we did purple lines, or I did purple lines. And 8, add yellow, which I held to the end. 9 was add black. 10 is add a focal image. 11 is a border, and 12 is a sentiment. Does that help? What you confused about, Fran? We'll help you. What you confused about? Did me listing them off help at all? Any prompt can be held to the end if you want to hold it to the end. And that's what I did. We don't want you to be confused, Fran. Hi, Sherry. We'll get it sorted. Okay, you're good now? Good. Yes, yellow was deferred. I deferred it to the end because once we got to the napkin, my brain went to a fish. So I said, I'm just going to hold that and I'll add him later. We won't let you stay lost. We'll come get you and find you and fix it so you know what we're talking about. We won't let a friend be lost. At least not on purpose. All right. I'm going to switch to a different brush that I can control a little better. Sorry if I go quiet. When I get to painting, I just go in the zone. That's why I try not to paint live. It's like everything turns off. I'm out. Down and out. I'll look up and see if you guys have questions or anything in just a second. You're enjoying being outside, Holly? I might have to see if we can set it up so I could sit out on the porch sometime and do a live. This is almost too orange for this. What's Terry doing? Yeah, gold can count as yellow. You go. Go ahead. Mary does gold all the time. Scott and I went to a coworker of his Sunday, and he was showing us in his wood working shop, and he does some beautiful marquee work. You know, the inlay, and he had this purple wood. I mean, it was truly purple. I can't remember the name of it, and he had a Tennessee Walker horse inlaid in the top of it. It was stunning. It was just stunning. In a way, I'm kind of hoping Scott in his retirement hangs out with Lyle so I can learn how to do that. Because that's something I've always wanted to learn to do, is that inlay work, because it just looks like it'd be so much fun. Forgot to leave his mouth. I'm going to go get another orange. Yep, tomorrow we'll do tags together. Oh, that's not good. The binder came flying out. sounds pretty solid in there, and I just opened this. I hate when you buy paint and it's already feeling like it's past its prime. See, and it's still not mixing. Might have to march that back. I think that came from Hobby Lobby. Look at that, solid as it can be. It's chunky. As much as this little bottles of paint cost us, you'd think it, you know, they'd watch how long they've been on the shelf. Who am I kidding? They don't care. All right. Ooh. All right. We'll see if that'll do. And oh boy. All right. Oh, is Gail here? Hi, Gail. I believe that's what it's called, Fran, where they cut a design out of different kinds of wood, and then they inlay one wood inside the other. So it's laid into it. So when you touch the surface of the wood, it feels like it's all one flat surface, but it's actually two different types of wood. I'll look it up and share some pictures. I don't know if Lyle has any pictures of the work he does anywhere. Let's see. I hate that I had to get out so much of this paint, but I had to stir it because it was so separated. Let's see, not that one, this one. Let's see. I'll come in after this is good and dry and add like scales and that kind of stuff to this fishy. Look back at chat here in just a second. I know he looks kind of strange right now, but I promise it'll look better. Each of these will take me a while. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me paint 4 postcards or greeting cards. Terry above. What did Terry say? Becky, what size tag are you making for tomorrow? Oh, you would ask. Let me think about where I put that stuff. It's like this big by that big. I would say about 4 by 5. So nothing huge. I would say about 4 by 5. Come on, I just need a tiny little bit of black. Not the whole bottle, just a little tiny bit. Oh. See, I knew you were going to do that. I just knew it. Okay. Just a tiny little black. A tiny little bit of this. Because a tiny bit of black makes everything go crazy. I just want a darker version of that paint. Come. And the middle of his mouth needs to be dark. What I did is in the Fancy Feast cat food, they have the little dividers in the boxes, and I cut those in half. So that's the size of tags I'm going to do. And I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 each week until we use up what I cut up. And then I could make a little tag journal out of it. I really enjoy doing those tag journals. And I love doing the swaps for the tags. Because it makes such a sweet remembrance of the swap when you put them all together on a book ring. Let that dry now a little bit. Now, make this a little darker. That's the underside of the fish. And then I want a shadow of his fin on the top of his head. There. Maybe a little shadow at the bottom of his fins. There. There. All right. I'll put some eyeballs on him. So this will be my focal image, and after he's good and dry, I'll go in with a probably just a Bic pen and give him some fins, and might bring in a white Posca and give him a little highlight on his eyes. If I keep working on these this afternoon, I'll show you the finished cards tomorrow. So if you come tomorrow, you'll see the fishy cards. And I'll send these out to some folks. So if your address is in Phibbsville, you might get a surprise email from me. Not email, a mail, in the mailbox kind of mail. If you're in Phibbsville or Aunt Beck's Creations. So guess what I can do while I've got so much black paint here. I'll put a border on with black paint. It's not going to be a perfect border, but because it's a painterly border, it's not a drawn one. Guess I could have waited and put a drawn on, but I've got so much black paint out here, I might as well use it. For that matter, I could have done all kinds of colors on the border, but I think I'm just going to do a black border around it. And then we'll call this done for today, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Now, are there any questions? When I sign off here, I'll go ahead and go into edit and add the prompts for anybody that missed the prompts that we use to create these backgrounds. And I want to thank everybody that offered up prompts. That was fun. See, I could come in with some white paint and put a dot in the black, but right now with it wet, he might end up with a gray eyeball. And if I just wait and go in a bit when they're dry. I mean, I can put a fish on these others while this one dries, and by the time I get those three done, because you saw how long it takes me. So there's my fishy fish. So if you don't have your address in Phibbsville in the file section, that's where I go to get the addresses to surprise people. All right. Ann Williamson. Hey, girl. I hadn't seen you in a while. Been seeing you post on Facebook, but I hadn't seen you in my chat in a little bit. Has anybody heard of Kendra? Is Kendra in here? Or is she still in the hospital? I haven't seen an update. I'm going to put her a package together. All right, Terry above. Thanks for all the cute fishies. Carla, I would hand you. Oh, you full of hot pizza. I'm sorry. It's got one leftover piece of roasted vegetable pizza in it. It's not a full hot pizza. Sorry. It's straight out of my head, Fran. The fish is straight out of my head. Yeah, we had pizza for lunch because Sidewall Pizza sent me a coupon for a free pizza for my birthday because my birthday's Sunday. Let's see. I know, Barbara. I said that too. Ann Williamson, how are you? Thanks for the cute fishy comments. Thanks, Barbara. Okay, you guys, I'm going to sign off and put the prompts in for anybody that missed it. And yeah, every time I tackle my art space, Ann, I lose 7 things. So good luck. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. No update on Kendra. Okay. So if you guys have Kendra's address, if you would shoot her a card, it would lift her spirits so much. All right. Take care. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, yes. And the necklace. I'll do that right away. Bye.